bargain bin. We're out to find the worst film there is. Cheesy, awful, bad, and more. We'll bring you the films that you're looking for. The bargain bin, the bargain bin. Welcome to the bargain bin.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Bargain Bin.
I want to suck your blood.
You jumped right into that.
Yes.
You're leaning hard into your Dracula impression.
Well, we just watched a lot of Dracula. And he didn't sound like
Not
that.
enough Dracula, though, in my opinion.
No.
Just 2,000 Draculas. Draculias.
Draculias.
One Dracula 2000, please.
Also known internationally as Dracula 2001.
Really?
I did not know this until just now.
That's
All right.
super weird.
Yeah. So if you're not from the United States and you're like, what is Dracula 2000? We're talking about Dracula 2001.
Oh.
And if you're still wondering what that is,
That's okay.
It's a real bad movie.
Yeah.
Welcome. Sorry.
Welcome to Bargain Bin. I'm Mike.
I'm Zoey.
And I'm Anthony.
You had to think about that.
I didn't know what to call myself.
DJ... I don't know. Whatever
DJ
your-
Anthony.
Sir
DJ.
Shakes a lot.
Yeah. DJ Sir Shakes a lot. Both. So yeah, we're talking about Dracula 2000, which came out, believe it or not, 2000.
Starring Gerry Butler.
Good old Gerry Butler.
Gerard Butler.
It came out at the very end of 2000, though, so it feels like a cheat. It came out December 22nd.
I don't really think they needed the 2000 in there.
No, it wasn't
They should have
necessary.
just called
Do
it
you
Dracula.
think they changed the name internationally to 2001 because it didn't come out maybe
Probably.
until 2001?
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm guessing they maybe called it Dracula 2000 so people didn't get it confused with Bram Stoker's Dracula.
But they could have changed.
They could have just called it something else.
Yeah.
They could have made this a not
New
Dracula
Orleans
movie.
Dracula.
Cajun Dracula.
Cajun
But-
Dracula.
As I'm going to mention later in its comparisons, there was another movie that came around right around this time that was also set in New Orleans.
Oh, I didn't realize that one was set in New Orleans, too.
Interview with a Vampire was too, for
Yep.
the most part.
I didn't know New Orleans had so many vampire things.
New Orleans is
it's-
full of vampires.
Oh, I thought it was just a lot of voodoo.
All superstition is in New Orleans.
True.
So, directed by Patrick Lucier?
Lucia, maybe he's from
Is
New
he French
Orleans.
Canadian?
He is Canadian American.
Oh.
So probably
French Canadian American.
Yeah.
Lucia. Catholic.
And Wes
Lucia.
Craven has a producer's credit.
Which he's
Oh,
probably
they
ashamed
really
of.
pump his. Well, he's dead, so
Oh. From his grave, he is rolling.
they pumped his fucking name into this movie as much as they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the marketing. But so yeah, starring Gerard Butler as Dracula himself.
Yes.
As Dracula 2000.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Plummer.
As Van Helsing.
Yes.
Matthew Van Helsing.
Matthew
Van
Van
Helsing. But also just regular Van Helsing.
Johnny Lee Miller as his boy servant.
Simon.
Simone.
Justine Waddell.
Is that Mary?
That's
That was
Mary,
Mary. Yeah.
Mary Van Helsing.
Omar Epps, Colleen Fitzpatrick, and Jennifer Esposito. Not mentioned anywhere on the Wikipedia is Danny Masterson, a.k.a. Hyde from that 70s show.
Yes.
Nightshade.
Who
Nightshade.
plays a character named Nightshade, who we get to see die like 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
So,
Oh, if you hear jingling, that's our cat, Oswald.
yeah, I mean he's in every episode pretty much.
He loved this movie.
So yeah, if you didn't like Hyde in
Probably would.
that 70s show,
Who doesn't
you should,
like Hyde?
I'm
Okay, I'm
speaking
sorry.
to a hypothetical person right now. I'm saying if you don't like Hyde,
Yeah.
you get to see him die multiple
True.
times. So you'd probably like part of this movie at least. I did not like this movie.
I did not like this movie either.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't really any redeeming factors.
No. Now, the back of the DVD case, and I say DVD case because I do physically own this movie, and I'm really glad we watched it only because I bought it a really long time ago for this purpose, and it's made 2 moves now. It's lived in 3 different homes now, and finally it's been watched, and now I can never look at it again and be fine with that. Instead of always having that feeling like we should really do that movie.
Yes.
Now we did it.
Now we can be like, we really did that movie.
We sure did.
So let's talk
now
about
it's
Dracula 2000.
memories. Let's talk about Dracula 2000, a movie that, well, hold on, I was in the middle of a point.
I'm sorry.
The back of the DVD case describes it as, I don't even remember now. I know it says it's got Matrix-like action and some kind of horror.
Do you want me to read the back of it?
If you want to grab it. I think, no, I brought it over here.
Damn it.
I'm sorry. It was within arm's reach the whole time. Scream-like thrills.
Oh,
and
I did scream at one point, I will say that.
You did, but it means the movie Scream.
Oh.
Yeah, because they keep pumping Wes Craven's name into this.
Yeah. And Matrix-like action. Yeah. So.
I remember that movie cover.
Oh, yeah.
From your apartment?
No.
Oh,
from
when
my
it came out.
childhood.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, Gerard Butler, again, is Dracula in this, but he's not even mentioned on the front cover.
I'm real surprised goth middle school me didn't sneak into this movie.
Are you sure you didn't?
I'm positive. I've never seen this movie before.
I mean, maybe you just blocked it out.
I snuck... No, because I remember sneaking into Fear.com, which... If this movie is better than another movie, it's Fear.com.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, this was watchable, whereas trying to watch Fear.com now is hard.
Fear.com
it's a
is
difficult experience.
like putting yourself through torture porn.
Yeah. But they knew that. So anyway, Dracula 2000. Let's just talk about it.
So I will say, my first note that I made was that for being such a star-studded movie, I had never heard of this.
Sorry,
Gerard
star-studded?
Butler and
Gerard
Christopher
Butler
Plummer.
was nobody
It
at
was
this
Gerard
Oh.
Butler when nobody knew who Gerard
That's
Butler
true,
was.
but Christopher Plummer.
You're big on Christopher
I'm
Plummer's
saying
backlog?
people know who he is.
You're a big Chris Plum fan?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that has Christopher Plummer? Then I'll watch it.
I'm just saying, like,
It did have a lot of, like,
wow, he's so far down.
relatively known actors and actresses.
Yeah.
It had some, like...
But people you'd be like, oh, they were a person at one point.
I'd
like,
call them all, like, top-tier B-listers.
Yeah, like Danny Masterson.
Yeah, that's
Omar
true.
Epps.
You're right.
Yeah.
Jennifer Esposito.
Yeah.
Is she even a top tier B-lister?
No.
I-
She's like a
Had I
C.
not seen her in the Good or the Boys recently,
Yeah.
I would have forgotten she ever existed.
Yeah, when we saw her in The Boys, we were both trying to figure out what we saw her in before.
So she was like fresh in our minds. And I'm like, oh yeah, Jennifer Esposito. Like, I know
Yeah.
her.
My favorite actress,
Yeah.
Jennifer
Oh, and Nathan
Esposito.
Fillion.
Oh, yeah, Nathan Fillion
Fielder.
plays a priest.
Yeah. For like very brief amount of time.
He's got a couple scenes, but he's not
He's in the
doing
movie
much in
for
them.
a
He
good
doesn't do
5
much. They
minutes.
didn't really need him there. They could have used anybody.
Yeah, they should have spent a little less money on Nathan Fillion and spent more money on anything else.
Oh, and Johnny Lee Miller.
Is he?
I've never heard
He's
his
a-
name before.
He's an English B-lister.
Ooh, so that means a lot here.
Double B list.
Well, he was
So-
in that. He was in that real bad Sherlock show.
Oh, I like Sherlock.
No, not that Sherlock.
Sherlock.
No, the one with Lucy Liu.
Oh, the lady Sherlock.
Oh, Elementary.
Elementary.
Elementary,
No,
yeah.
he was Sherlock.
Oh, the lady Holmes.
No.
You're just guessing shit.
Oh yeah, that one. Yep, that one.
I know the one.
Yeah, I
you're
know
talking
that
about
one.
now. Where
Okay.
she's a homeless person.
Lucy
No,
Liu,
I-
homeless.
No, I said the lady, like she's Holmes.
No, she's not.
No, he's home.
You're still
She's
wrong,
I think
though.
she's Watson.
She's
That's what I
Watson.
meant.
But she's not the main character.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Moving on. So
This was on like CBS
I remember
or
it.
something.
No, I remember what it was. So
I
remember
the
that.
plot of this movie. Let's just do a brief synopsis, and then we'll hit all the deets.
You don't want to talk anymore about how you described it as star-studded?
No,
Christopher Plummer.
I would like to move
I
past
cannot
that.
believe I didn't know about this movie with Christopher Plummer in it.
You know what? If this podcast is just going to turn into you guys ripping on me, then I don't know if I want to be a part of it. Okay, so this movie is about Van Helsing, my boy Christopher Plummer, and he basically has been hunting Dracula as Van Helsing does for years and years and years, and he's living in this castle, and these thieves break in and they steal the coffin that has Dracula in it.
Right, but that's not their target.
No, they just
No.
like he has
They
stuff
just
there.
want money.
Yeah, he has money
And
probably
gold.
and gold for some reason, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit.
There's a lot of mention of gold.
Yeah, so so that's the basic premises, and they steal this coffin, and the coffin has Dracula in it, and they unleash him, and he wreaks havoc on New Orleans.
Kinda.
Kind
Really
of.
just them.
Just on them, yeah. Just on them for some
Yeah,
reason.
he
and
doesn't bite any strangers throughout this.
he does bite a couple strangers. He bites the news lady and Shane
Sonya
West.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I guess.
the
Kinda.
neighbor. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, so that's the basic gist of the movie. We're going to go into detail because it's very loose.
Yeah, a little bit of detail.
So I want to talk about the opening scene because I just realized that it had nothing to do with the movie.
I don't even remember
The opening scene
at this
is a pirate ship with a dead skeleton captain
Oh, yeah. Yep.
and a bunch of dead bodies on a pirate ship. And then my next note is, it's Harvey Weinstein. So
Yeah, no, the open didn't have anything to do.
No.
I mean, unless they're saying like Dracula has been around throughout this whole time.
I guess, but
But
why
that's
didn't...
that's even a real loose
Yeah,
thing
it's-
to
Yeah,
show
I'm
like
not quite
at the beginning.
sure why they started with that.
It was like they started making a different movie,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "No, wait, it's 2000."
Never mind.
now."
Yeah. So we're
We
introduced to...
spent a lot on that boat scene, though.
Yeah.
We gotta work that in somehow.
Now we got to use fog machines for the
Yeah.
rest of our effects.
So we start so Christopher Plummer is in his castle, and he has this assistant. He has two assistants, Simon and Jennifer Esposito,
Yes.
whose name is...
Whose name is Jennifer Esposito.
No, her name is, it's like Salona or something.
Selena?
Selena.
Salona.
Salami.
Well,
My Salona.
it's spelled strangely. So he's like wrapping up for the night, and we see this weird like sexual interaction between Simon and Selena. And then this group of criminals, including Omar Epps and Hyde, who's wearing a floor-length duster.
A lot of dusters in this movie.
A lot of dusters because they want it to be the Matrix.
Yeah.
They break into the castle and they go into this vault, and they leave the dangest vault door open, which is what I wrote. And then Jennifer Esposito, I said, oh, she's going to be like the nerdy, quiet hero. But you find out she's in charge of these criminals.
She's a naughty gal.
She's
She's
a
a
naughty
baddie.
gal. She's the evil genius. So they
I
want to
don't know
steal...
if I'd go that far.
No, but they want to steal gold from this man. And my note is, why do they only think gold is worth money when this man has a whole basement full of like treasures?
Well,
and they're
it's
like,
like a lot of skulls.
skeletons. Yeah, but like maybe they're famous people's skulls.
Right, but it was
they had
not-
vampire
No, they were
teeth.
just Dracula
It,
skulls.
it wasn't so much treasure, but
You don't think
but
people
I
will
do-
pay for that?
But I do feel like if I was looking around at a bunch of skulls in someone's basement and I saw they all had vampire fangs,
Yeah.
be like, okay, I'm intrigued.
Weird. Yeah, like
But what I liked about Jennifer Esposito's character in the very brief 10 minutes that she turns
Mm-hmm.
into this bad guy is that the only reason we're led to believe she's good is that she's wearing a lab coat.
glasses.
Right. That's the
Yeah,
only reason we're led
yeah.
to believe she's smart
Yeah,
or good.
yeah,
And then she's bad.
yeah. And
Aren't
then all of a
those
sudden
the
she's
main
bad.
things for being good, though?
Yeah, it's like
Smart.
if you wear a lab coat, you're probably a doctor and probably a pediatrician and you're probably saving the world.
Yeah, probably. But no,
Not
you're an
this
evil
one.
genius who steals from
She's
old
still
men.
not an evil genius. She's just like, just steal it already.
Yeah. Anyway, so they find this like casket, and they're like, "Oh, I bet there's a bunch of gold in there for some reason." I don't know why they would think that.
Because when you find a casket, you think there's no body in there.
Yeah,
There's
you're
gold.
like, "Oh, it's full of gold."
Because we're pirates.
yeah. So
That's where the
That's
opening
where it
scene
comes from,
into
yeah.
play.
Because they're pirates.
They're descendants of pirates.
yes, exactly.
We're meant to
Pure
infer.
speculation. So they're about to move this casket, and all these like swords come out of the wall and stab a bunch of them.
Yeah, 2 of them die.
2 of them die immediately.
Yeah, right away.
The guy from Scary Movie is dead.
Gary Busey's not son.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name again?
I don't remember.
Oh.
It was like a weird,
Yeah,
like
it was
Landon.
No, it was...
I'm pretty sure it was
Now
Landon.
I have to find it.
Mildred Filbert.
So anyway,
Oh, Lachlan Monroe.
Lachlan Monroe.
Who, even if you Google him now, he looks like a Busey.
Yeah, he does look like a Busey boy.
But he's not.
But he's not. So 2 of them die, but they manage to like spill blood onto the casket, and it basically like starts the process. It slurps it up into the crosses, and it starts the process of unlocking Dracula 2000. So right after this woman has like these weird dreams and sits up in bed. Her name is Mary. And I was like, is this happening at the same time? Is this in the future? Like, I don't understand. But no, it's at the same time. This is like a parallel storyline.
Well, the movie does no job explaining what's going on.
No, they
It's
don't
just
give you like a time.
Now there's a woman.
Yeah, so she's like having all these weird dreams.
Well, because as far as I knew, that was a dream.
Yeah, but then you kind of learn that she's like seeing what's happening.
Right. No, I learned after the fact,
Right.
but when I saw her wake up, I'm like, wait,
Yeah,
was
so she
that
had a
a
weird
dream?
dream. Yeah.
That was
Oh, was that whole like...
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought like the whole intro to the
Yeah.
movie was a dream.
Right.
one of the most frustrating things about this movie to me, was that they just kept jumping around so much.
Yeah.
And there was no explanation really as to what was going on.
No.
No. Never. You never got any exposition really when you needed it. I mean,
And then
let's be fair. You didn't really need it often,
No.
but in order to tell any kind of story, it really could have used it. Instead, it's just really a loose collection of scenes.
Right. So, yeah, so you see her very briefly. You see that she's, like, struggling with all these weird dreams, and her roommate, like, keeps saving her and waking her up. And she's like, I don't know what's going on. And you also learn she's very religious. So then you flash back to the thieves, and they're traveling on a private jet to the Cayman Islands with just a coffin in the, like, under storage. And Hyde is trying to get it open. So, first of all, how are these guys on a private jet? What, like, how are they affording
Maybe
this?
they just stole Mr. Van Helsing's plane.
Maybe.
Well, I would say, like, we're meant to believe that they're successful thieves, but this is
But
the
they're
only
fucking
indication we
idiots.
have
Yeah.
of any job
Yeah.
they've ever done.
Yeah, yeah. So,
And it doesn't play a role
yeah.
at all. It's not like,
No.
oh no, our fortune is gone.
Yeah.
It never comes up again. It's just like, oh yeah, they have a plane.
Yeah. And for some reason, they're taking this coffin to the Cayman Islands. So Hyde is trying to open the coffin, and
Is that where they said they were going?
Yeah.
Oh.
He cuts himself on the coffin and bleeds into the cross, and he's like ranting to himself about Selena. He's like, oh, why does she have to say over everything? She has all control. And then all of a sudden there's these like CGI fog ghosts. And Gerard Butler, I said, oh my god, Gerard Butler Dracula? I forgot he was in this movie.
Yeah. Well, okay, so he opens up the coffin.
By turning across.
Yes,
Yeah.
by turning across, and
He sees a corpse.
We see a corpse that has a medieval war helmet on.
Uh-huh.
And
Like an iron mask.
right, and he says, "This thing still got juice in it."
'Cause
About the
it's covered in
corpse.
leeches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's covered in leeches, and it's clearly like not decomposed.
Right. It's like all
It's
gray.
still juicy.
Yeah, it's still juicy. Got human juice in it. And he has like all these overgrown, like, it looks like overgrown pubes, but I think it's like wire or
Moss.
something. Moss. Yeah, so
It was pubes.
Hyde is like manhandling this corpse for some reason. He's like looking for gold in it. Instead of being like, holy shit, there's a corpse in here.
You gotta check the bung
He's
hole
like,
for the gold.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
he's
that's
like,
the thing
"Is
too.
there
Is
gold?"
like, why would he be like, "Holy shit, there's a corpse in here" when he opened a casket?
Yeah, that's true. I guess you really shouldn't be shocked.
But simultaneously, why are they all so convinced there was gold in here?
I don't know.
Why are they all just like, oh, let's bring this on the plane because it must be full of gold?
I'm also curious about how they carried this casket full of a corpse.
I mean,
There's
it's
like
not.
4 dudes.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
that's a job at a funeral.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they're all trained pallbearers.
Yeah,
If there's
Professional
training for such
pallbearers.
thing.
They're professional thieves and pallbearers.
Yes, that's their side business. So we see Gerard Butler arise from the dead and turn into a young guy with the worst CGI dust.
Well, he doesn't just rise from the dead. And then turn in. He rises from the dead and then attacks one of them, and then when he reveals himself to the rest of them, we see like the layer of decay just kind of whip off of him.
He kind of looks like the mummy from The Mummy, but like a real bad version
like
of it.
the first version they tried, maybe.
Yeah.
And they were like, oof.
Yeah.
This has got to be
It's
better.
not a good effect.
Yeah. And he has these like red eyes that are like too red for it to be like, I don't know. It just looks like
They look like Party City
It
props.
it looks like he just has like colored contacts in.
Yeah, which he does.
I mean, of course, but it doesn't look realistic.
No.
So he's on the plane with all these people, and we're about 30 minutes into the movie, and the whole crew is vampires now because he's turned all of them. And then the
that was kind of the reaction was like, oh wait, they're all gone now. They're all vampires. Like we have no hero
like,
to follow now. Is this movie
over? So so we go back to Mary, who's still having weird dreams.
She's having the weirdest dreams.
And she sees Dracula like in her vision, and he
on
sees
the plane.
her, and they meet.
That's like another cut from a movie that came out at the exact same time, End of Days.
Yeah.
Her character is the same character as Christine from End of Days.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. Like, we said that the 2000 in the name wasn't necessary, but at the same time, this is like the most 2000 movie that's ever been made.
When I heard the title, I thought this was going to be from like the 80s, and it was going to be like future Dracula,
like a sci-fi
Dracula.
That'd be
in
sick.
a flying car.
Yeah, I was like, ooh,
on a
cool.
rocket skateboard.
Yeah,
Dracula, but he's also a Blade Runner.
Yeah,
I mean, he kind of looked a little
that.
like Blade Runner with his duster.
Because he had a duster.
Yeah,
Everybody in those movies in
Blade
the
Runner's
2000s
not
had a duster.
character.
okay, you know what I mean. The titular Blade Runner.
Actually, his name is not Blade Runner.
Well, what's his name?
Deckard.
Oh, right. Okay, anyway, we're not doing Blade Runner on here because it's a dang good movie.
Yeah, we would never do that.
We would never. So, anyway, we're following Mary now because all those people are turned. And she goes to confession with Nathan Fillion. And she's just like, first, she's talking about her father, right?
Well,
To Nathan
they're
Fillion,
both
she's
kind
like
of
wondering
talking
about her father.
Yeah, well, she's trying to find out if she has a secret
Right.
that her mother may have told
The
him.
priest. And the priest is
But
like,
the
I
priest
can't
is
tell
like-
you. Yeah.
But then she's like, come on, dude. Like, we went to school together. We were friends. And also I wanted to bone you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I'm thinking, like, if they're the same age and they went to school together, when was he chatting up her mom?
That's what I was just wondering. Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that have been a different priest
Yeah.
at that time?
Yeah, that's super weird. So we cut to the airport. Yeah, Oswald's just on the table. Oswald's the cat. He's not a human.
There's a man on our
There's
table.
a man on our table. So we cut to the airport, and you know this is a pre-9/11 airport because everyone is so casual
Everyone's,
at the
like,
airport.
shirtless
They all have Mardi Gras
drunk
beads
already.
on, and they're drunk. And Christopher Plummer has weapons in his luggage.
What I really like, though, is that everybody's arriving in New Orleans
With their Mardi Gras
beads
beads on.
and they're drunk and
Yeah.
they're shirtless.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah,
Like, they
you gotta-
came ready to
you got a
party.
pregame.
Yeah.
yeah.
Pregame for the flight.
They had like a New Orleans themed party and then got on the
And then they got on a flight. So then we see this reporter who's covering the airplane crash. And she's standing in front of a swamp, and she goes, "What's with all these bugs?" As she's standing in front of a swamp.
Get me out of this contrast.
I have a small aside having to do with that video. So I'm on the phone a lot in my job, on the phone with like factory compliance.
Oh, God.
Oh, Oswald, don't do that. And so I'm waiting on hold, and I hear there's like this loop, and I recognize the voice in it. It's like, a school today and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what is that? I recognize it, and it's in this song that they're playing on hold, and I typed it in, and it was that video. I was like, that's ballsy. So good for you, Kia.
Shout out to Kia.
And sponsor our show. We're going to take a quick break, though, and we will be right back to finish talking about Dracula 2000.
This episode of Bargain Bin is brought to you by Semiculture. Semiculture offers high-quality, limited-run pop culture art prints that won't break the bank. At just $20, both you and your wallet are sure to love these original designs that look great on your wall. Yep, your wall. That's right, I've seen your house, and it needs some art on the walls. Shop Semiculture on Etsy today by just searching Semiculture, that's S-E-M-I, and I hope you know how to spell culture, or go directly to etsy.com/shop/semiculture to buy your new favorite print today.
Oh God, I can't. Okay.
OMG, that fire. She's still Dracula.
And welcome back. Some snippets of my notes from this movie. Oh, I'm crying. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the soundtrack.
No, we're just reading your notes.
Oh, okay.
That's the rest of
okay.
this.
Well, so these are the notes that I wrote during the movie. So Selena's vampire teeth are awful. All of their vampire teeth are awful.
I want you to read your notes in order.
Okay.
I don't want to get into any more details.
Okay, Selena's vampire teeth are awful. OMG, her jumping up and flying, I can't. Danny Masterson jumping up and flying. Hyde saying, I'm sorry, man, I don't know what's wrong with me, as he attacks Simon. Why is every bullet slow-mo? It's better than money, as he arises from the dead and tries to kill Simon.
That was Omar Epps, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holds up cross. Sorry, sport, I'm an atheist.
Still Omar Epps.
God loves you anyway. That was Johnny Lee Miller. Why is Selena so sexual? You Brits want to sweet talk and romance, and all I want to do is suck. Cringy lines, Jesus.
That sounds like an action figure.
Finish her. Dracula, that's how they pronounce it. He can't be killed. What do you mean, can't? How old is Van Helsing if he's been hunting him for over a century? He hates God. It fills him with rage. Why does Dracula want Mary's soul? She sucks. Nathan Fillion turns into
that
Dracula.
That sounds like jealousy.
This is the point
Why
where...
does she want him and not... Why does he want her?
This is the point where I, yelled because I was startled because Mary's talking to the priest, Nathan Fillion, and he turns into Dracula, and I went, ah!
Yeah, that's what you did.
What did I do?
You went,
Okay, Dracula looks like every douche on the streets. Selena in the cell being so cringy and sexual. Hisses. I can even see outline of your cock through your pants. Why are we getting so sexual? Dracula's first line, you haven't been feeding her. Oh, okay. The 90s montage music video Dracula is watching. Brilliant. Why is Lucy taking this strange man to her home to see her roommate, and then trying to fuck him and letting him in? This parking lot ninja, what was the point of disguising himself? Never duck with an antiques dealer. Sliced his head right off, LMAO. Oh my gosh.
hey, buddy. Yeah? Okay.
Dracula is just a 14-year-old atheist. R.I.P. Christopher Plummer. It is
a sentence that will actually ruin you in real life.
It is better than chocolate. I'm sorry, can Dracula do mind tricks on others? Why is Selena the expert? What he took from Dracula, he passed on to you. Born with his blood, so she's a vampire? He's turning into a wolf. That fucking CGI wolf turning into bags. I meant bats.
Turning into bags.
Why are they shocked Dracula wrote in a 2,000-year-old language? Holds up Bible. Propaganda. Opens the Bible and the pages fly out and catch on fire? Why are they obsessed with being lovers? Weirdly sexual scene between Mary and Dracula, his daughter. She just turned into sheets. Is he having sex with his daughter? Dracula was at the table with Jesus? Dracula nailed Jesus to the cross. Was Dracula Jesus' lover? And then he killed himself? How's he become...
No, and then he killed him swold.
And then he killed his swelled?
How's he become Dracula? Dracula is Judas? He became a zombie and then became Dracula? Now Dracula is praying to Jesus, I drink the blood of your children to give them eternal life and give them pleasure you deny them. Now they're making out, ew. Bitch is faking it. Slices her head clean off. V.
That's
Christian.
the second time you used the term "slice that head clean off."
V. Christian heavy. Too much Jesus talk. Why would she jump with him off the building instead of push him? Slow motion falling to the ground. She Dracula now. NVM.
Never mind.
Oh my God, that fire.
OMG, that fire.
She's still Dracula.
She's still Dracula.
And there you go. You never have to watch this movie. I just
Right.
told you everything that happened.
No, you now know everything through the rantings of what sounds like a crazy
I'm
person.
honestly amazed you managed to write so many notes, though. And this is just from where we left off.
Yeah. I had a lot to say.
Yeah, I mean, that really...
Sums it up.
I wanted to
Sums it
do
up.
that, one, because your notes were very funny, and two, because I wanted to demonstrate how this movie is just rambling.
Yeah.
It has no coherent
And
plot. It's just
then-
like, boom,
Yeah.
Just
he was
jumps.
with Jesus. It's like, what?
Yeah, so that's like the big twist of the movie is that Dracula's actually Judas.
And there's no real explanation to it outside of the fact that he's hanging, and then they cut to him as Judas hanging himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't benefit the story at all.
No.
No. I guess it's like why he hates Christianity so much. That's like what the story is. Like, because he's saying like, oh, I hate Christianity, like...
Yeah, but that's always a Dracula thing. They didn't
I guess,
need to
but I
do
guess they
that.
wanted to explain why he hates it.
Because he's Judas
Because
all
he's
of a
Judas.
sudden.
Yeah.
But we do need to talk about Jesus.
Yeah, so
Who
Jesus
looks
looked like Greg
exactly
Sestero.
like Greg Sestero.
Yeah. But he's
But
not.
like
It's not.
modern day Greg Sestero.
Yeah, not like a 2000 version
No,
of Greg
not
Sestero.
No,
but like,
because I'm
Big.
pretty sure 2000 Greg Sestero was like 14 or
Yeah.
15 years old.
but he does look like Greg Sestero in the room when he has the beard.
The beard,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So they should have cast Greg Sestero is all I'm saying.
Even as a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
fine.
Jesus was in this movie for 2 seconds.
because he was 17 in the room, right?
No, I think he was 19.
Yeah.
And that was what, 03?
Yeah, so he would have been 16.
Yeah.
16, yeah.
Could have worked.
He could have pulled it off.
Yeah. But anyway,
Put on
so...
a fake beard on that boy.
Yeah. Yeah, the Jesus thing was strange. And then I guess he tries to kill himself because he betrayed his friend. And as a curse, the rope breaks and he becomes Dracula.
Right.
Or a vampire.
Something
and then
like that.
becomes Dracula.
He somehow became Dracula from being hung. And then
I guess because he betrayed. I don't know. Apparently, in the sequels, and yes, there are sequels, 2 of them.
unfortunately.
Jesus is in it, so they must explain that more. Because I'm curious about that.
I guess it's got to get some kind of explanation.
It's got.
Unless they just leave it there and they're just like, nope, that's that. I mean, which, judging from this movie, it wouldn't surprise me at all if they
No.
were just like, yeah, that's all you're getting.
Well, I'm kind of. So we find out basically that Mary, she's the daughter of Van Helsing, but Van Helsing has been injecting himself with Dracula's blood. So technically, Dracula's blood runs through her veins.
Right.
And I'm still trying to understand why Dracula was obsessed with finding her and turning her into a vampire.
Well, I'm guessing he knew about this already. Because he said, I've been seeking someone
Right.
who was from
Born.
birth and not from bite.
Oh, but then he bit her.
Born,
Yeah, then
not
he bit her
bitten.
anyway. Yeah, and it's like, so I didn't understand why he bit her.
No, me neither.
If she already has his gifts.
Because well, he said he was biting people to release them from, or to give them eternal life and let them
He wanted
enjoy
to
the
give her all
pleasures.
the benefits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, the movie leaves a lot of stuff open-ended in a way that I don't want resolution to any of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because of the movie it is. And I'm wondering if in 2 and 3.
That's what we were saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I was letting the cat out. But yeah, like, do they actually expect us to watch these movies?
that-
And
Yeah.
did they plan these movies
No,
ahead
I don't
of time?
think so. I
At
think
the same time, though, what I was saying was that with how open-ended they leave everything, they probably don't. They probably just jump into something else.
It's totally possible, but yeah, it doesn't do a good job as a self-contained movie to wrap up any of its points.
No.
And this movie did not do well in the box office, so why they decided to make 2 more of them?
Yeah, this movie lost money, so
Lots
I think
of it.
maybe
but they were straight to DVD.
trying to redeem themselves by being like, wait, like maybe we didn't do a good job of explaining it.
What I'm thinking is what probably happened, honestly, is they probably bought the rights for a 3-film period.
Oh.
And so they're probably like, well, we have them, so let's do these movies.
Yeah. I think it's completely different. I'm looking at the plot for the second one, and
Yeah, it's a totally different
movie.
cast of characters.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. Except for Jesus.
Most
Jesus is in
everybody
it.
And it's the
was dead.
same actor for
Yeah,
Jesus and
well-
both of the others.
He's not
His
doing
only
much.
other credits was somebody peeing on a building.
He's Guy peeing and then Jesus Christ 3 times in a row. What if God was one of us? So, anything else, I mean, really plot-wise that we want to discuss here? I don't care to.
I didn't like the weird sexual relationship that he felt he needed to
No.
have with his daughter.
No, that all felt very Weinstein.
Yeah, that's true.
All of it felt very creepy
Yeah.
and all of the sexuality in this movie. I
Was
mean,
gross.
It's very predatory,
Yeah.
going both ways.
yeah, all
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, it was
None
super
of it
gross.
felt consensual. It all felt
Nope.
like the women were being tricked into it,
Yep.
and the women were rapists.
And pretty much every woman in this movie was just used as a sex
Yeah.
symbol.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Except for Mary.
Except
Mary
for
was-
Mary. But then she got, like, sexy with Jesus. They showed her tits. I mean,
Sexy with
Jesus.
Jesus.
Not with Jesus, with Dracula.
Rock me,
Judas.
rock me, sexy Jesus.
So, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll do all those fun things we do at the end of the show. Bye-bye. For now.
For now.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Welcome to an ad. An ad for an ad. That's right. I want you to advertise here. And until you do, you're going to hear this ad. And this ad sucks. So, put your ad here. Message me on Instagram at Bargain Bin Podcast for more details. In fact, while you're here, I'm going to give you one for free. That's right. You can advertise here for free. For now, not for always. And welcome back.
And welcome back.
If you've stuck around this long,
Thank you.
thank you so much. And you're a real trooper. And that's how I felt about 45 minutes through this movie. I felt like, goddamn, I'm a trooper.
Yep.
I've stuck it out.
Mm-hmm.
And was it
almost
worth it?
Would have preferred the other movie, but
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll do it eventually.
Which it doesn't sound like good news now that we watched this movie in its entirety, but we will get there. So I don't want to spoil what it was.
Yeah.
Should we crack open those bad boys for...
So, concession stand.
Okay.
who's Ken Session?
That's,
Ken
is
Sessions.
that what I said?
Ken Session.
Concession
Jeopardy
stand.
champion Ken Sessions.
So, this is the part of the show where we try weird snacks
Yep.
on air.
I'm not
So,
looking forward to
Today,
these.
we have Twizzlers filled Twists candy.
You made it sound like
It's-
they're filled with Twizzlers.
That's literally what they're
Twizzler
called.
filled
But you said Twizzlers
Twizzlers.
Oh, Twizzlers. Filled twist candy. They're the flavor of Florida. The orange cream pop.
Does it say that?
Yep.
The flavor of
Yeah,
Florida?
I didn't make that up.
Oh, I thought it was like a... I thought that was like the catchphrase for cream pops.
Yeah, I'm a
No.
fucking marketing genius.
The flavor of
Okay.
Florida.
Here for you ASMR people.
That doesn't sound like
No.
a good sound.
They're pretty gross.
Oh, they're so stuck together.
Yeah.
How
well,
old are these?
Not that old. I mean, they're definitely
they're-
within their shelf life.
They've got that pull and peel consistency. They're
Yeah.
not
They're
like
not pull
regular
and peel.
Twizzlers.
So they're bright orange.
Yeah, they're a little bit like. Well,
They
it's weird.
smell?
They sounded really hard, but they're like
soft.
they're real squishy.
All right, are we ready?
They don't smell like much.
I'm
No.
not digging this.
3, 2,
Filling.
1. Just a cream pop.
No.
I think
No,
it tastes like a
that
creamsicle.
orange tastes so off.
I'm not liking the cream at all.
I think it tastes like a creamsicle.
It's a mouth feeling thing
The
for
taste
me.
is kind of there. They taste off to me.
Well, they're probably expired.
No. The taste is okay, but the sensation of chewing it.
They are expired.
By how much?
February 2019.
We got them after that.
Yeah, well, they're from the
No,
Dollar
you've had
Tree.
them for a long time.
We've had them for that long. The show wasn't even started back up by then.
Yeah, no, well, they're from the Dollar Tree, so that tells you.
Okay, I'm not eating
All
any
right.
more of that.
Okay.
That's why they taste
well,
off.
I'm glad
don't
I
get
took a
Twizzlers
second bite.
cream filled, whatever they are. The taste of Florida. Florida tastes gross.
It tastes like Florida.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
Oh, now my mouth tastes disgusting.
you liked them.
I liked them. I didn't like them. I said it tastes like a creamsicle.
You liked it until you knew it was expired by 5 months.
You were defending them until you knew.
You were trying to kill us.
Anyway, should we do our reviews?
Yeah, I guess this might be the last time ever, so.
The last time ever.
Yeah, because we're
gonna
going to die.
from
Oh.
those Twizzlers.
Alternative view.
I gotta do it.
Okay.
Alternative views.
We can't hear it because we don't have headphones.
No, but
Yeah.
I did it, and it was cool. So yeah, who wants to get started?
Well, you have to explain what this is.
Oh, come on. People are listening by now. Fine. Alternative views is people who like this movie.
Yeah.
In this case, I mean, okay, so alternative views is people
Non-sarcastically.
who have a different view than we do on
Yes.
the movie, which generally ends up being people who like the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah,
My mouth
have
tastes
these,
so
like,
gross.
stuck on my teeth
Yeah.
now, and
Well,
I took a sip of beer after it, and
Ew.
it is
well, that sounds yeah.
horrid combination in my mouth.
We're at least drinking orange vanilla
Yeah.
Coke, so it kind of blends
kind
it.
of works.
Okay, so my review is a 10 out of 10 from IMDb called Watch It from TACX24 on January 8th, 2009. So this is an over 10-year-old
Jesus.
review at this point. I can't see why this film got such a low rating. It has easily become one of my top favorite movies of all time.
Oh boy.
The reason this movie is amazing is because it takes the old Dracula tale that everyone knows and puts it into a modern time situation. It is a fun and enjoyable that keeps you in your seat. The acting in this movie is wonderful. Actors like Johnny Lee Miller, Gerard Butler, Christopher Plummer, and Omar Epps did fantastic jobs on their roles. Overall, this movie has a great storyline, above average acting, and many more. I recommend this movie to anyone who enjoys a good vampire flick, or anyone who just wants to sit back and enjoy a great movie. Easy, 10 out of 10, no doubt.
Oh boy.
Now, I take a couple issues with this. One, saying that Omar Epps did a fantastic job in his role.
He was hardly in
He was
it.
barely in this movie.
Yeah.
Just delivered bad one-liners.
And while I obviously take issue with all of their opinions, what I take the most issue with is that 8 out of 8 people found this review helpful.
Oh boy.
100% of the people who have read this thought, that's a good one.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
You're right. It was a great movie.
Someone go.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, I also got my review from IMDb. Another 10 out of 10. And it's titled Rocked My Socks and My Blood.
Oh God.
And this is from Serenity Firefly, so clearly
Serenity
a Nathan Fillion fan.
Yeah.
All right. This movie rocked my socks. This movie was original, entertaining, attention-holding, and perfect in every other way. All
no,
right.
no, no, and no.
Plus, not to mention great actors. ... Dracula was so attractive, alluring, and seductive that I found myself rooting for him. This movie was amazing, although its sequels were horrible and very
watched 'em?
disappointing. Havely because Gerard Butler did not portray Dracula in the sequels. So strap on your crucifixes, because this movie was amazing and will take you for a ride. This movie was excellent in many ways. First off, the plot. Was awesome. I see they're pausing like they did in the movie for everything.
Yeah.
It was a new take on Dracula without losing the old feel for it and disregarding the legend. On the contrary, it added a feel of a modern Dracula, like he had adapted into out time. I'm guessing that's supposed to say our time.
Don't even guess. Maybe they mean out time.
Then the acting was superb. Again, Gerard Butler. I love him! And also the director. Don't say Wes Craven directed this, you
Monster.
moron. Wes Craven is a genius. So 10 stars to this baby.
Oh, they say baby.
Yeah.
And 23 out of 37 people found this review helpful.
Oh boy.
Still too many.
Oh, that's.
I'm glad it's not 100% of them, but that's still way too many.
So my review is from Amazon. It's a verified purchase from Sivan.
Hey, same here.
I
A
know.
verified purchase.
I know. I was just like, but they have it on Blu-ray.
Is it Savan or Chauvin?
Sivan. So it's Cevanne. So this is from November 19th,
Savani?
2013.
They sound French.
They did it 4 out of 5 stars.
Well, there's flaws then. It's not
But there's
perfect.
not. I'll tell you. Okay.
Because that's really only 80
Oh,
of 100.
never. Oh, shoot. Never mind.
You found a
I found one
semi-negative
that's
review, didn't you?
No, I found one that's like kind
Oh.
of making fun of
It's
it.
sarcastic.
Yeah. God damn
You didn't
it.
do your homework.
You're
Okay,
supposed
wait.
to be
Here's another
prepared.
one. Here's another one. Okay, this is from J. Scott Haynes. 5 stars. Just watch the movie. Verified purchase. 5 out of 5. Not sure what reviewers are referring to when they make comments like bad acting. Seriously? Just read through the credits. This was an all-star cast, most of whom went on to very
I
successful
think
careers.
Zoey wrote this review.
This-
Did you see the list of actors?
Christopher Plummer!
This movie is awesome. Great storyline, well directed, great cinematography, and yes, great acting. Definitely not made for a G
cinematography.
general audiences, but I think most over the age of 13 most over the age of say 13 will love it. Highly
Because of the
recommended.
titties.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there you go. I found a 5-star.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Wow. Why do people seem to think that this had a real cast? Even in 2000, this movie didn't have a real cast. This movie had less of a real
Yeah.
cast in 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah. If this movie was made today, then you'd have somewhat of an argument.
Be like, oh, Gerard Butler's in it? Okay.
All right, I gotta see it then.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
about that.
all right. Let's say this movie was made in 2011.
Yeah,
right. Then I'd be like, all right.
All right.
that was what
Star-studded
2011 Zoe was like. All right. Oh, Gerard Butler. All right.
Okay. Whoa, God.
He's so sexy.
I didn't think he was attractive in this movie. I think he thought he was gross looking.
Well, I think a lot of it had to do with his
The hair?
actions. He was just very creepy.
Well, yeah, and the hair was gross.
But not
to
like
me.
scary creepy, not like
No.
horror creepy, like
Like
guy
Harvey
on the
Weinstein
street
creepy?
creepy.
Well, that's in my notes.
He
I
was
said
a real Weinstein.
I said he looks like every douche on the street.
Yeah.
With his duster.
All right, let's rate this bad boy.
How many dudes do you see walking around in dusters?
Enough.
Not as many as I want to.
Seeing one in a year is enough.
Yeah.
All right, let's rate it.
I'll rate it.
Go for it.
I will give it 2 out of 10 heads cut clean off.
That's how many times you wrote that note?
Yeah.
1 out of 10 himself.
So I thought it was so stupid, but I'm having fun
But
talking
that
about it.
star-studded
So it's fine.
cast.
It was so star-studded. I can't get over it. Christopher Plummer's best work, just amazing. So yeah, no, it was dumb. It was real dumb, but it was like stupid. It was like funny to watch because it was so stupid. Some of it, not all of it. AJ's making a face about how he does.
Well, now
not
it's
agree
your
with
turn
me.
to rate it.
So you can tell me what you thought, okay?
I'm between a 1 and a 2, so I'll give it a 1.5. cock outlines and pants. I don't know why I'm giving it a 1.5, because I guess it's because I've seen worse movies.
Yeah.
There weren't any redeeming qualities to this movie. It was like a bad version of every horror sci-fi movie that came out from 97 to 2003. Mm-hmm. It was just real bottom of the barrel stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I've seen worse movies, but if somebody asked me to watch this movie again, I'd really rather not.
Yeah, I agree.
So I was going to give this 3 out of 10 dead hides, but now that I've had an expired orange cream pop Twizzler, I'm giving it 2 out of 10 expired orange cream pop Twizzlers.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to give a movie a 1 when you've really seen a 1.
Yeah.
I mean, there's bad acting, there's bad effects, the storyline's incoherent, but it is still, like, on the borderline of being watchable. It's almost so bad it's good. It has those, like, few moments where I'm like, okay, that was cheesy and funny, but not enough.
No.
Like, if more heads got lopped off and just went flying, I think I would have really enjoyed myself more. But that was so few and far between.
The dialogue, because it was not intended to be cheesy, is why I hated it as much as I did.
I agree.
The dialogue was some of the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah,
But if it was trying to be cheesy, then I think it takes on a whole different life then. If it, I don't know, when movies start to try to be campy or try to be cheesy, I think you can feel that. That's why there's such a difference between something like, even like The Room and then, or even something like Samurai Cop and then Samurai Cop 2. Because Samurai Cop 2 was super self-aware. They brought Tommy Wiseau into the picture. They're like, we're making a dumb movie now.
Yeah.
And it's not even a quarter as enjoyable as the first one, which is just balls to the wall ridiculous, and they were trying to make a legitimate action movie. So I'm glad it didn't go that route. But yeah,
that can be done well, though.
It can. No, I mean,
like, I think Kung Fury is that way, and I
Yeah.
also think Kung Fury is one of the better things made recently in that kind of weird, campy genre.
Yeah, but it's almost like an intentional, like, awkward comedy almost.
Yeah.
This is I mean, I'm going back to Samurai Cop 2, but Samurai Cop 2 to me felt like they were like, oh, here's the image we created with the first one, now we're just making that. And that didn't work at all. But yeah, I can safely say that I won't be going back now and watching Dracula 2 or 3.
No.
How sad.
So sad. Anyone?
I'd rather eat another one of those Twizzlers.
I wouldn't go that
Go
far.
right ahead.
I didn't
There's
even
like
finish
6
this one.
more.
I'm already worried about throwing up. I'm looking at the cream of this now, and it's like
really gross.
It's an off-white, and that's ugh.
Yeah.
It's like gray, actually.
Well, that's why I've never tried one of these cream-filled Twizzlers, because I'm like, that looks disgusting.
Well, they probably don't look like this when they're not rancid.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't think candy can be rancid.
No, it's pretty gross though.
This is pretty rancid.
Yeah, it's pretty off.
Rancid in what it's supposed to be, yes.
Yeah.
But
Anything anyone wants to promote?
I will promote The Boys on Amazon Prime. It was very good. Superhero twist.
And you didn't want to watch it.
I didn't want to watch it, and I loved it. So, and it has our friend Jennifer Esposito in it. So,
Yes.
watch her redeem herself.
Of Dracula 2000 fame.
Yes, of Dracula 2000
From the
fame.
star-studded cast of Dracula 2000, standout star Jennifer Esposito.
Yeah. So, she redeemed herself in it, I would say.
Yeah.
In my book.
Yeah, she was good in it.
Yeah.
I mean, she had a limited role.
Yeah, she wasn't in it that much, but
But Caleb, on the other hand.
Caleb and yeah. So, that's my plug.
Anything you'd like to promote?
nope.
Nothing.
That's fine.
I'd like to
get it.
promote, just be nice to each other.
That's a good thing to promote.
Yeah. School's about to start. Don't do anything dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
like
it's
that.
already started by the time this airs. So
That's for some people.
For
us
some
down
people, yeah.
south, it
Yeah.
has.
Yeah, New York doesn't start until after
Labor Day. Yep.
crazy.
That's how it is up there,
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Girlfriend.
me. Girlfriend. Yeah, I'll promote this show. Keep on listening to us. We're still having a good time making it. So it's only through your listenership that we know anyone gives a shit.
Yeah.
So that's our fuel
So
to keep
give us
going.
a shit.
Take a shit on us.
Send us your poop. But yeah, no, really. I mean, tell your friends if you like the show. Tell your friends, and you know, it really is. I mean, when we know you guys are listening, then we have more reason to keep making it. So
I just want to circle back real quick to Dracula 2000.
oh no, why?
Because I'm on the Wikipedia.
No, we're done with this movie
for
now.
Jesus, and apparently his wife died like right after the birth of their child, and there are allegations and questions about his steroid abuse and the death of his wife. So Jesus might be a murderer.
Jesus was on steroids?
Yeah.
Talking about the actor?
Yes, I'm not talking about Jesus Christ.
Well, you gotta specify.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now you got people thinking that you believe that Jesus Christ
Was on steroids.
was on the
And
juice.
killed his wife.
And killed his wife and possibly unborn
Yeah.
baby.
That's
Anyway,
what they mean by
so
Jesus juice.
that's what I'll leave you with.
Steroids.
Jesus killed his wife. So,
Wow.
bye.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. See you next time.
Bye.
Adios.
Adios.
Welcome to the bargain bin.